Welcome back. This is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and today we're going to take a look at a very, very unique pair of shoes that there's a really interesting story behind. So first you'll notice the samurai on the box here, and this was a design that the shoemaker Lee Trung actually came up with for me when he was making my first pair of shoes from him at Ichigo Ichie back in 2021. And when I got those shoes, they were a little on the big side, even though they were made to measure. And so we agreed that he would make this other pair for me. And this is that pair. So yes, it's taken quite a long time, but there's a story behind that as well. So this is a hole cut Oxford, and this is seamless hole cut. And originally this was supposed to be in the same style as my Carmina hole cut, also in Baker calf. And the challenge that we ran into is every time he was making it with Baker calf, the calf ripped. And that's part of the problem with seamless hole cuts, is that it's very, very stressful on the leather. Because it is one piece of leather without any seams, hence seamless. And so we wound up deciding that we would change the design a little bit, and it would be in Bison. And so this is that shoe. So very exciting. Now I did actually unwrap them already. In his shipping, he does wraps them in bubble wrap, and it's quite extensive. So I took the moment and took them out so that you'd be able to see it. Now you can see here a very tapered heel and no seam, right? And you can see he did the hand stitching in the U-throat. A little bonus thing he did for me was this Norvegese as a 180 on the front. Now, this is part of his bespoke shoe series. This appears to be more of a blind waist, which is very much on the high end. You can also see it's carved right there. Now I'm going to turn on my lights in a little bit, but I wanted you to be able to see this in some natural light first before I actually turn on my usual stage lights. Now, this is the other one. And again, very, very nice. All right, so what we're gonna do is now I'm gonna turn on the stage lights. I'm gonna try to do it at the same time, and there we go. So now you can see, get a little bit more light. You can see the texture, and you can see this is a hand sewn U-throat, and this natural grain is just so exciting. Did such a beautiful job. And take a look at the sole here, right? So it's got this carved in here for the waist to be just narrower. Take a look at that and how that's done. This is all handwork. Very, very fine work here by Lee. Take a look at that heel. Just a very exciting. Take a look here. It's just really, really well done. Now, you know, you only need one row to make these functional, but he did two. He braided them also for show, but it's a really nice look. You know, from far away, it doesn't look flashy or anything. You got the big texture, which is something I will work to get like a little bit of a burnish going on these. You know, unlike shell cordovan, this is bison leather, and so I can polish it to my heart's content, play with colors, do all kinds of different things to really add to it. And you know, unlike the Baker calf, which is a great calf, this is just, you know, a natural texture, and that is something that I'm really excited about as well. Natural textures are harder to come by, and this is a very different texture than most of the bison I have, which also is interesting. Now you can see how it's pushing that seam here, and because the counter is right there, you can feel it. So when I get trees in this, that'll be, you know, a little something extra. Now, you know, one of the things that you have to know about shoemakers is that the trees, especially for shoes that are really made to measure like these, where it's not off of a last, he actually carves the last for me, you know, the trees are very expensive, and it's an oversight on my part, because we never asked about it. We never talked about it. And so that's something that, you know, I'll have to see whether or not I have him do, or if I just put regular trees into them. For the ready-to-wear pair that I had before, I intentionally elected not to have trees. And when I put the trees in them, they were a little big. So now I have to try them. But if you go through my old videos and you look at trial shoes, you'll see trial shoes that are made with this exact same pattern. That is actually the trial shoes for this pair. And I'm very excited about them. So now, while I was initially thinking I was going to have, you know, the broguing and the brogue on the cap and the brogue on the heels, the fact that it's this style is really, I think, makes more sense with the Bison leather. And definitely love the way it came out with this Norvegese stitch. Now, if we focus here, you can see where he's going through the leather and then into the sole. So just really, really fine work, very dense, and just a incredible amount of work that he did in preparing these and having these right for me. So again, just very exciting, and I hope that you enjoy them, and I'm looking forward to getting them on the hoof as I go out with my daughter for her birthday today. So thanks for watching.